So the entire purpose of our past life regression or any process is to face the life, because I am always listening to people are complaining that I undergo so many experience, still in my life the situation is the same. Situation is the same. You observe, we need to observe how much I can face it. What are the capabilities I am experiencing? Whatever the things I keep on rising through the experience. Suppose when I am a child, when a teacher holding a stick, I feel fearful. But again, after 10th standard, again this teacher, same teacher holding the stick, I may laugh because I get some racing is happening inside. The fear is gone. So our aim is to facing third life. So that's why we need to travel back in time in each experience. It's not just a happy experience which bring us to any big enlightened state. We need traumatic experience because it's already we created. All the traumatic experience we are talking is created by us. Our soul created certain experiences. Why? I don't know how many of you heard about the statement of Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi always praying to Krishna that give me more suffering so that I can remember you all the time. For us, it is a stupid statement. For Kunti Devi, it is something great statement. But she is not telling directly that give me so suffering. No, she is asking a capacity to face everything. By facing the life, we are really experiencing the God through facing. So whatever the limited beliefs we are letting go, still the situation is same. Why? Situation is not changing. And again the situation come like a life test to face it. Because for the last 10 years or last 1 decade, so many people are undergoing so many therapies, so many healing modalities, and the only complaint is nothing is working. But what I am personally experiencing is everything is working. So I am confused. I am a bit confused. Why people are saying nothing is working? Because in my first past life regression session, I am working with that session. The name of that therapist is Rashmi. I call it as Rashmi Chechi. She is the one who, because of her, actually I met Dr. Newton actually. So there is so much gratitude in me. In that time, I have a relationship doubt inside my mind about who this relationship, what is that relationship, what exactly my feeling. So in that past life, what happened is 3 hours, I simply sleep. Only one image I saw, that that person is a mother in one of my life. That's the only thing I saw. A motherly love I experienced from that person. Then I sleeping almost 3 hours I slept. Then she is a very bold and very strong lady. So I think, okay, I slept, so I don't need to pay for it. Because I slept. So I said, I slept. So in that time, her charge is so high and I feel it's so difficult to pay also. Because for me, that time I have no job. Then I said, okay, I'm ready to give it. But I have a lot of gratitude because she takes that money from me. Otherwise, I may escape from that observation. Then I started observing. Anyway, I paid it. So I started observing what difference happening in my life. Interestingly, after that, all my attachment to that person is gone. But love is there, attachment is not there. It's a very new experience to me. Then I think 3 hours sleeping changed me. That is the first inspiration I enter into this field, and I keep on working with all different modalities. Whatever the modality I entered, maybe that experience is small, but it transformed me. So very clear what I realized that it's only that thing which is transforming me is because my deeper intention to transform. Even when I go to past life regression workshop, 6-day residential workshop, there is hands-on training is happening. We have hands-on training. So what the other person is coming, then that person simply saying some suggestions, I go to the past life. But the moment I am trying to read or trying to do past life regression, that person is not going. That person is challenging me. Then one day I asked Dr. Newton about this. Why? Because I am not a good therapist. I feel I am not a good therapist. Then he said that's not the truth. They are not the good what we call good patients, or they are not the good uh, what we call it as undergoing person. Because it's their responsibility. Before I feel that it is my responsibility to undergo everyone. But that day he shared the secret that it's their responsibility. You take the responsibilities so that when you listen any music, you can undergo past life. So that is the responsibility we need to take. That it's my responsibility to undergo. It's my responsibility to experience. It's nobody's responsibility to experiencing me. So once we take that responsibility, what happens? Yesterday, I think Priya shared her experience that there is a moment she feels there is no clarity. And immediately she called, oh God, give me clarity. Then the clarity come in the form of, again, interestingly, clarity come in the form of a movie. The moment she said, oh, this is movie, I don't want this movie, then that clarity is gone. God will give the familiarity form, because it's familiar for her to understand it, rather than in a traumatic way entering into that past life, because that past life you all heard that it's a very traumatic past life. So that's why it come in a very witnessing format. Once the person is ready, then it comes in a very realistic format. Don't think our subconscious mind is our enemy. Don't think the God is our enemy. Everyone is our friend. Some experience we are not ready, it never come easily. But some glimpses will come slowly and gradually. So we need to communicate to our. One of the experience I like to share with you all, because it's happening in the first PLR workshop. That lady can't get the past life, can't see the past life. So once she's a very fan of brainwaves. So once she saw a glimpse that she's hanging, she's in a hanging position. First day only she saw she's in hanging, and she's literally scared. How can I hang? But second day, she started asking the masters, asking the guides, give me more and more. I am capable. I am ready. I am ready to see. Then only bits and bits of story is opening. So our effort is also important. We need to ask for guidance. We need to seek help. Even she go out of the instruction also. She go completely. Only the instruction is for connecting. The moment she connected, she going out of the instruction. Then interestingly, she is guided by the masters. So don't think we are alone in the process. When we are entering into a past life regression, what my master Dr. Lakshmi has shared that whatever the past life we are seeing, it is our master's responsibility to show it. Our own spirit guide. Anyway, we are doing a process for that, to meeting our spirit guide or master, because they are holding your Akashic record. They are holding. So they know when to show you. Because recently I had an experience. I have some conflict with one of my friend, and I go and start eating puttu and kadala in my home. The moment I am in that time, my eyes are open, but I started feeling all the impression of a past life. Why this conflict happened? What is behind the conflict? What is the meaning of this conflict? Why it coming to me? So it will come in the form even when the eyes are opened. There is no particular thing that we need to close our eyes. Someone needs to hypnotizing me. Someone needs to hypnosis me. Nothing is needed, because past life is available in this whole energy field. Only thing is, when we are ready, we can see it. One thing. Second thing is, we need to trust it. That's why I shared in the group that I didn't see any past life. I am only getting the impression. I'm feeling that okay. So now also I close my eyes, I can just say that, oh, my laptop is in this position, my chair is in that position. I can say from my impression mode about this room, but I am not visualizing anything. I cannot visual it. So that is my modality as a kinesthetic. And knowing field. Keep on knowing. Through that knowing, I am realizing the words of masters, words of God. Through knowing field. Knowing is a very powerful field. We all have the ability to accessing the knowing field. We all. Otherwise, you never ever going to register for this webinar. So the moment you register, understand it is not you are registering, it is your soul consciousness decision to register. So we need to trust our soul. The moment you blame your soul, the moment you say, complain that, oh my dear soul, I am not experiencing anything, that is, your soul feels low at that time. So we need to ask, okay, anyway, you join this. What are the pressures? What are the adventures I can experiment and experience? Then it will open. So even when we hold so many things, we numbed so many things through our experience for our own safety purpose. Suppose when we are a child, someone will scold, what we do? Suppose you are asking a chocolate. Suppose I am telling you an example. You are asking, okay, one uncle come to your home and you go, uncle, give me a chocolate. That the moment uncle say, I am not going giving you any chocolate, get lost, get out from this place. What happens? That's called trauma. The moment what happens when you focus, you lost an energy of that freedom with that uncle. Next time, even that uncle comes to your home, suppose when you are in that child state, when you are in that theta state, again you go and call uncle, because theta state is forgetful, remembering that middle state is there, because you are always in a present moment, you are not stuck in the past. But what happens once you enter into the adolescent stage, immediately you feel anger to that uncle. I don't like that uncle. Who is telling I don't like that uncle? That inner child is telling, that wounded child is telling, I don't like that uncle. Then you close your eyes and observe why you don't like that uncle, because that time there is no experience. Then your inner child says, that day, that particular day, I asked for a chocolate and he said, get out from my home. So we need to retrieve. So we ask that child, what you lost at that moment? I lost my freedom to ask. Then what do you do when we start manipulating our life? We never ask. We wait. Okay, they are offering and they are not offering. We feel down. Then we learn so many strategies, how to play in this world. These are the way, actually, knowingly or unknowingly, we are creating certain situations. But life always offers situations to solve the trauma. One of my personal experience is, the moment I enter into the field of yoga, what happened is I stopped all my emotions, especially my anger, especially my pain. I am numbing everything, because with the yoga, with the practice, I believe that I need to be calm and peace all the time. Even I never allow any disease to come. That much wall, that much big shield I am created. It's not a protecting shield, it's an insensitive shield I am providing to myself. So what happens all the time, I am whenever I go out, some small accident always occur in my life. My son is in some disease, my wife is in some disease, but there is no disease coming to me. My father is suffering, my mother is suffering, but I don't know it is because of me they are suffering, because I am numb. So the moment I met my master, Dr. Newton, and I shared this experience, that time I got the understanding that I am suppressing a lot of my emotion and I'm putting a wall with a name called spiritual ego. It's a spiritual ego that all the time I'm smiling, all the time I'm so calm. That's only a spiritual ego. After that word hit all my layers, and almost in one session, I roaring like a lion for 1 hour. That is the day all that layer are peel off. Then I never ever experienced any accidents in my life after that session. Till onwards, I keep on experiencing accidents. Because I don't know, someone say, you are creating the accident. How can I say I create the accident? Because my pain is creating the accident. My anger is creating the accident. My need to releasing needs creating accident. Even the accident occurs, still I am so calm. I am so peaceful, man. And I believe that I am mature. And I am encouraging myself that, oh, I already become enlightened. Then I am meeting the enlightened master, Dr. Newton, and that day he said, you are not enlightened, you are in ego state. It really hit me. Actually, it really hit me, and I feel so much withdrawal, cutty to that master also. Some pain comes to me, but I worked. So this is the way actually we are progressing in this field. So today we are doing age regression and connecting to our womb space. The womb space means womb space. Normally, someone has deeper experience in the womb space, but when we are not ready, we are only getting some glimpses or impression about our womb space. But all that space contains our own memories. And even when we are ready, we slowly travel to a past life. But before that, I want you to do certain experiments. Experiment to going beyond your body. Experiment to enter into some other place. For that, for one or 2 minutes, I want you to close your eyes.
So before starts one question, Shalini.
Yeah, Shalini.
Is there any meaning for the humming sound which comes on the ear? I always has that humming sound. Actually, yesterday after retrieving the energy, it had stopped for some time, but it came back.
Yeah, humming sound is a cosmic sound actually. It is existing. It is existing. But when the moment we started giving a form and language, then it becomes the Om. Actually, it's existing in this humming nature. It is existing in the universe. That sound is there. And it has a lot of effect in our body also.
Right. So I cannot hear my heartbeat or anything. It is always when I'm trying to listen, I can only hear that humming.
Yeah, it's already existing, but very few are listening in. So that's why the moment we start tuning with our own effort, we can easily listen. So that's why it's called Brahmari Pranayama in yoga is very important.
Okay.
Yes. Unmute. Ma'am, unmute your audio.
I am done, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I also hear that humming.
Sorry. Unmute. Oh.
I also hear that humming.
You also hear that humming. That's good. So that means you have that connecting to the universe. Only thing is, the moment we have the ability to connecting to the universe, at the same time we need to connect to our own body and Mother Earth too. Then it becomes a complete circuit. Because some people, they have very easy to connect to their body and their emotion and the Mother Earth. Some people, they are very easy to connect to the upper plane. And a person, I can easily connect to the higher world, but not to this Earth. Earth is so difficult. So one of the job of my wife is to all the time putting me into this earthly realm. So that grounding, she is working like a grounding person. So it's okay, we need to acknowledge it. Because of our evolution, we can easily move. Because our gravity is less, that's why we can move. But to experience it, to integrate in our daily life, to experience in our full energy being, the earth realm is very, very important. Through this platform only we can get the trust. Maybe we have faith, but the trust is also important. So through the action space only we get lot of trust. So that means, ma'am, you need to trust your knowing field. Suppose you are going to a past life, maybe you are not seeing anything, but the knowing is coming. Okay, this person is in that life, in this role, that so many stories are coming to you, we need to trust it. Once trust, you can convert it into an impression format. Any memory can be converted into an impression. So you understand the impression. The moment you get the impression, you feel it in your body so that you can experience that emotion in your body. So once you feel it in your body, you can easily release it. Otherwise, it's only existing in our intellectual plane. Intellectual plane never helps to integrate the experience. Emotional plane only helps to integrate the experience. Okay, so now you close your eyes. In this moment, with a spontaneous way, you can imagine, you can visualize a big ground, and you are standing in the center of a ground. It can become in the form of a visual, it can come in the form of a knowing, it can come in the form of an impression, whatever the format it is coming to you, accepting as it is. The moment you get this impression, visual or anything, you can simply raising your eyes as an acknowledgement, and it's so easy for me to understand. Feel that you are standing in the center of a big ground. Even you can mark that ground, one part is east, one part is west, south, north, you can just mark it, that direction. And in this moment, I'd like you to face it on the east. Allowing your body to face on the east. And looking on the east, I like you to take 10 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now you are reaching 10 steps forward from your early position. Just you draw a line in that space. Once you draw a line, again I count from 10 to 1, coming back to your first position. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So from that space, again you are going back by 10 steps backward. You are walking backward. Where you are standing is the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The moment you reach there, again I like you to mark. You can mark with a chalk or a color pencil or whatever you spontaneously feeling. And again I am counting from 1 to 10, you reach to the old position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep on feel it. In this moment, I like you to spontaneously, I am counting from 1 to 3. You run and reach to the forward position you already draw. Feel it in your body actually. When you run, you feel it. How the way you are moving your arms and everything, you feel it. 1, 2, 3. Now you reach to that forward position you already drawn. From there, you are reversingly running back to the old position. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now again from that position, running backward. 3, 2, 1. You reach to that 10-step position you already drawn. From that space, again you are moving forward. 1, 2, 3. Once you've done all these things, you can raise your arm. It's an acknowledgement that I can done it. I can do it. Wonderful, friend. Great. In this moment, there is another experiment we are doing. Your eyes are closed. Stay in that position, the center. You know there is a forward space, you are drawing a line. Backward space, you are drawing a line. Right? You all know it. In the forward phase, I like you to, suppose you are a female, you like you to feel a male, beautiful, a rishi figure. I like you to visualize a male rishi figure. When you are a male, you just visualize a female rishi figure, like a female enlightened master, a beautiful master in the French. So in this moment, I like you to stay there, completely stay there. You start walking forward, not with your body, only with your energy. You feel an energy starts walking, but the legs are not touching the floor. It is just walking. We are seeing the ghost images or ghost films. Like your spirit is floatingly moving from your body. I'm counting from 1 to 10. This spirit energy is floatingly traveling and enter inside that rishi body. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you enter inside that rishi body. In male body when you are female, and female body when you are male. Just once you enter in that body, observe the body structure, observing the way your body is placed. Even you have mustache or things, you can observe it. Observe your hair, observe your eyes, feel it. You scan it. Your height, your weight, what you are experiencing in that body. Are you feeling strong? Are you feeling contented? What is your experience when you enter inside that body? What you are feeling? Just feel it from inside. And in this moment, once you are in that body, I like you to look down and observe what floor you are standing. And what is the quality of the mind you are holding? What is the quality of that nature? Are you feeling you are a person with so much self-control? Are you feeling you are a person with so much of enlightenment inside? What you are feeling in that body? Experience it. Just move your palms, move your legs, just move your body and experience it. And in this moment, I am counting from 10 to 1. You separating from that body, leave that body there, come back to your old body, entering into your old body, 10, 9, all the way, stepping, floating all the way back and back, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you enter into your old body, observe what you are experiencing now in this body. Coming from that rishi body, what you are feeling in your body, what you are experiencing. So in this moment, I like you to visualize another figure on the back side. Whatever the figure you want to create, any figure. It can be a human figure, it can be an animal figure, it can be an angelic figure, whatever the figure, or a demonic figure, whatever the figure you want, you just create on the back side. And I'm counting from 10 to 1. Again, you are detaching from the current body, moving all the way back and back, enter in that body and observe the nature of that body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep experience that body. No judgment, only experience what you are feeling in this body. No more judgment. Feel that body. Experience that body. What you feel. When you are in an animal body, what I am feeling as an animal. When you are in an angelic body, what I am feeling as an angel, or a male or a female, or whatever that figure. Accepting as it is and enjoying that body. Again, I'm counting from 1 to 10. You separating from that body, reach to your old body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now you are in your body, right? In this moment, I like you to move up and up. I'm counting from 1 to 3. Completely you are moving up through this center of your head. You are moving above and reach to an aerial view. 1, 2, 3. Now you are in the aerial view. In the aerial view, you have an amazing freedom. Moving to the forward, moving to the backward, you can see that Rishi, you can see yourself, you can see or feel that part you created in the back. Everything you can see in the bigger space and observe what you are experiencing. Complete detached space, what you are experiencing about each one. And now I am counting from 3 to 1. You can easily entering inside your body, current body. 3, down and down, slowly down and down. 2 and 1, enter inside your body. Feel your body. Experience your body. Observe what are the changes you are feeling while you travel through different bodies, what you are experiencing. Feel your head, forehead, eyes, ears, nose, cheeks, lips, down and down to your neck and throat, entire chest, abdomen, shoulders, every part of your body. Down, 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 down. So when you are ready, I like you to come back from that ground. Spontaneously, you are vanishing from the ground, where you are sitting, reaching to this current body, feel this body, just move your palms, move your legs, just blink your eyes, feel it, choose your face, smile, then open your eyes. How many of you can really entering the Rishi body, entering the back part when I'm saying about that body, aerial view? How many of you can experience it?
I had a hard time choosing the Rishi.
I could.
I had a hard time choosing the Rishi. So, I kept changing. It was Ramana Maharshi first, and then it became Jesus Christ, and then it became Aurobindo. So it was total confusion. So I didn't know.
All that confusion, when you enter into that body, what you experience? Whoever the Rishi comes, when you enter into that body, when I'm saying to enter inside that body, the moment you are inside the body, are you feeling it's a Jesus Christ or a Ramana Maharshi or who you feel?
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I want you to feel your own Rishi life, your own Rishi image, not any other Rishi. That's why the confusion comes. When I say Rishi, the confusion because we already have our own mind has certain Rishi. So now next time we need to create our own Rishi because we all have that Rishi space. Yes, Charu.
Sir, interestingly, I could see the Rishi. I saw almost like Yogananda Paramahamsa sort of a person. It was not clearly him. And the moment I got into that body, I could feel very, very empowered, very strong. The energy or the body was very expansive. And the moment I came back to my body, I was resistant in the sense that my energy depleted a bit. I started becoming restless. The same happened when I went to the energy figure, which was almost like Goddess Durga sort of a person, where I became very large, very powerful, very strong. And again, when I came back to my body, I was very resistant, and I felt that my energy body lacked something in terms of both the other bodies. And when I went aerially, my body was very little, and the other existences were a little more bigger. I didn't see my body as a body, but I saw myself as an energy body rather. When I saw that, I feel limited about myself, but when I transpose to other people, it made me more empowered, sir. Why is that happening?
Can I tell you directly?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
It's a judgment. We are judging our body.
Okay.
So we need to stop judging our body. Judging the body that something is small. It's not it's a common issue we are facing in our life, that there are things which are small and there are things which are large. But understand, corona is so small, but it's working in a larger area. So it's time for humanity to understand the importance of small. That's why inner child healing is also important. We always feel the small is weak, small is less. So you can know now almost 1 year is completed. Corona is still winning the game because it's so small. Small is power. So we need to intend to understand the power of small. Intend to understand the power of zero. So then you feel gratitude. We feel grateful that I can bringing that energy and I can explore it. So that's the only thing you need to.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in front of me, I saw Sri. I'm Arundhati speaking, sir.
Yeah.
I am Arundhati speaking.
Yeah. I can listen.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. In front of me, I have seen Sri M, and I entered into his body, and I was feeling the calmness. Then in the backside also, I know a very devotee of Devi who does Sri Chakra Puja every time, and I got into his body. Then also I felt calm. Even when I came into my own body, I felt the same calmness. Totally, I was feeling the calmness. Even when I went to the higher plane and when I came back, the same calmness I was feeling. For the first time, I was feeling the calmness.
Yes. Thank you. So my question is, anybody in this place see your own Rishi image? Yes.
Sir,
Yes, sir, I could feel.
found.
Yes, sir, I could feel.
Yeah.
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sir, I could feel my own Rishi. I felt that it is me, I only in the Rishi form. When I entered into that space, I could feel some vibrations throughout my body. I could see that only. Thanks.
And when we work, we need to accepting our own that part, because that is very important for our growth. It is so easy to accepting all the masters who are accepting. It is very needed to accepting our own self as a master.
Yes, sir. I actually saw Swami Vivekananda in front of me, but as I entered, I felt as myself in the quest of something. It is not as if the rishis who has enlightened or anything. I felt it as if he is looking for something. He's looking for more knowledge, like that. Then I came back, and the behind figure was actually myself only, in a much more grounded way, much more calmer, and in a more stable space. And when I went up, I could see all three in the aerial view, but I was going above and then floating away. Till you called down, I was actually relieved, because I was flying away to the upper planes. It was a nice feeling, but it was a very nice feeling. I wasn't scared or anything. It was a very good feeling, sir. Thank you.
So now we are doing another experiment. Spontaneously, you can close your eyes. Today is a day of experiment. Tomorrow is a day of exploration. So the moment you close your eyes, I like you to spontaneously connecting to that place you already visit, that big ground. When you're standing in that place, when I say the word past, which direction your attention is moving? If your attention is moving towards the right, moving towards the left, moving towards the forward or backward, which direction your attention is moving? Once you recognize that attention is moving in this side, I'd like you to slowly turn yourself and looking into your past. And you just intend in that space by closing your eyes, I want to see my college self. I'm in a college day. And this moment I'm counting from 3 to 1. Spontaneously, a college event is appearing. Even your eyes are opened in that space, you can see that college event with all that building or whatever is spontaneously coming to you. 3, 2, I like you to see that college event in front of you. You are witnessing that college event now. Once that event appears, I like you to raise your hand as an acknowledgement. So now you know what to do. I like you to slowly separating from your body, allowing your spirit moving through that energy space, moving all the way, enter into that college body. Entering inside that college body and observe what you are experiencing. Once you enter inside that college body, observe what you are experiencing. And what is really happening in that space? What is that event? Is it a pleasant event? Is it an unpleasant event? Is it a happy moment? Is it a sad moment? What exactly is happening there? And what you are doing? And what is your feeling towards your own action? Are you satisfying with your action? Or are you feeling shame on your action? Are you feeling guilt on your action? Or are you feeling elevated with your action? Are you feeling fearful? What is your feeling at that time? In this moment, when you are inside that body, observe what you are experiencing in the body, connecting with that situation. Once you experienced it, once you know it, once you relive that body, that experience, once you understand completely, I like you to separating from that body, moving higher and looking that event from a higher perception. From an aerial view, observe what exactly is happening. In this moment, you, without any judgment, you can understand each and everybody's role. What all the people around you is really empowering you through a pleasant event or an unpleasant event, what part of yourself they are trying to bringing out. Just observe it. When any answer or anything spontaneously coming, accept it. Otherwise, simply be there. There is no effort. And slowly you are moving in that aerial view, reaching to the middle space. There is your current self and that past self. You reach to the aerial view in the middle space so that you can see both and observe what you learn from that experience. Something positive you learn from that experience. Once that learning is coming to this current self, your life is going to change. What is that positive lesson you already learned about yourself? You simply ask this question, whatever spontaneously coming, you accept it. Otherwise, be patient that it will come to you. Trust your soul, trust your energy, and slowly, gradually coming back, entering into that body, your current body. And from that space, back and back, from that ground, you are leaving that ground and coming back to your current self, sitting in this room. And observe what you realize about yourself, what the qualities are realizing, what the nature you are understanding. Is there anything which is coming from inside like a eureka? Accept it. Otherwise, be nice to yourself. And slowly, gradually open your eyes. Anybody want to share it? That sharing will helping to move on to another situation. What you really experience, how you can experience it.
Sir,
Very well, sir.
Yeah.
sir, actually, I have seen one incident where I was feeling I am very inferior. That time I felt very inferiority complex. But when today we did this practice, what the insight came to me is I am a powerful soul.
Great. Suppose again you got a chance to go to that time with this understanding how you are behaving in that situation. You just ask yourself, no need to tell the answer. You just ask yourself. It's like a homework. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
I have a little doubt.
Yeah.
I have a little doubt here, Jaya, here. The event which came to me was this dissection class we had in college, where we had to take a frog and cut it. So that is something which was very saddening for me. And I remembered standing behind the crowd. There was an attender who does this kind of thing for us. So those who can do it on their own, they do it. And for those who can't, he does it. So standing behind and watching him nail the frog, the legs and all that, kind of feeling shuddering about it. So when I came back, the only thing I could think relate to it was, is it that I am not able to do that kind of bad thing and making somebody else do that kind of work for me was a question that came to my mind.
Okay.
Because it had to be done, but though for those who are not able to do it, the attender helps to do it. So was I making him do my dirty work for me was the kind of question that came to my mind.
Do it.
Hmm?
You didn't do it in that time.
I didn't do.
Why you didn't do it? What you are
I just couldn't bear the thought of driving nails into that. To the heart of the frog was beating. It was alive.
You can connect to it. What is your ability? You are realizing from that moment.
That I'm not able to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, what soul quality you are realizing through that situation? What is your realization?
Compassion, of course.
Yeah.
But I also felt, am I making somebody else do my dirty work for me? That was a thought was also came to my mind.
Because that time you are not realized that you are a compassionate one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why that thought is there. I am doing it in doing someone this dirty.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Some more thing you need to explore from that event. We can do it in the sessions. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Because maybe, do you feel guilty about it that you are giving to someone to do it?
Yeah, kind of. Yes.
Because from that guilt, what you are realizing, you know that you have compassion to probe, but at the same time, through the guilt, what you are realizing,
I'm also making somebody else do the bad job. So
yeah,
I'm not being kind to that person.
yeah, why you are feeling guilty? Because you have so much compassion to the probe, but still some more thing you are realizing there. What is it? Why you feel guilty actually?
Not getting it.
Anyway, you do it as a homework.
Okay.
To
I'll
ask
do
yourself,
that.
you are so compassionate, you realize that because connecting with frog, but you feel guilty of giving that work to someone because you realize some more thing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And share in the group.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody want to share or any questions?
Sir, can I share my experience? Can I share my experience?
Yes, Andy, can you please on your
Hello, sir. Video you want?
yeah
Video?
video is not coming.
Hello?
Yeah,
Is it okay?
fine. Yeah.
Okay. So I was on the stage singing for a competition, college festival. It's a selection for the University Youth Festival. So I was singing that day. 3 of the participants were singing the same raga. Maybe Sindhu and Srilega in this group, maybe they may be knowing that Kamboji raga and the competition, classical music competition. I got first prize. Then even before enjoying the success, I was thinking also I have to go to the University Youth Festivals. I have to prepare that fear. No, for every competition, I get into the stage with that much fear. Even for the music practical examination, whatever I get into, I get into the stage or that platform with so much of fear. But unknowingly, I don't know, with some what a blessing, I do it nicely and get a very good result for that. But I'm not accepting that. That is why I got the wisdom. Then I will, my mind will travel to the next one, fast, very fast. I have told you several times that even before starting from my house, by my mind, I reach the college and I will open my department like that. Because even before accepting one thing, whatever it is, success, especially success, I will jump to the next one. So, it's okay. So I can't fully enjoy what all successes came to my mind, came to me. So that wisdom I got. I have to accept my success and I have to be grateful. I have to enjoy that. Then only I feel that contentment. Then only I can contain it, and I can feel that contentment that I'm lacking in my life. That wisdom I got from this.
Great. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, to accepting our success, because people always have this feeling that I'm not successful, but they are not realizing that they can't accept their success, so they create failure. Sometimes we create failure because we cannot accept the success. Sometimes we create misery because we cannot accept the happiness. So this is the way the creation happened, because yesterday we talk about we create our own reality. So we always have the doubt, how I create this reality? Why I want to create a hell in my life? Actually, we don't create it hell directly. In this way, it is creating. That's why one of the example I also share, because of the pain I hold in my body, so I'm creating accident. I'm creating illness. Even not in me, I can create illness in somebody who is vulnerable than me. So this is the way happening. That's why all the masters say we need to be aware about our thoughts, because a lot of people are unconscious. Whoever has the thought power, they are creating their reality. Even you can experiment with this. You can rain. You can move the cloud. Sometimes you feel I am that much bigger. No, everyone is saying, but nobody is trying. We can do it. So many things we can do it. We can experiment so many things. Okay. So
I have created the reality of seeing a spider so many times.
Yes. Now you are used to know how to travel back, right? The moment you are traveling back, also you know how to experience. You know the art of experiencing. What are the senses we need to apply in the moment we need to reach to our memories. So here first thing we need to understand is we need to be so playful to our journey. Whether it is a sad or happy or anything, we need to be more playful to know what is that role. It's like a movie. We are playing it. We already played that movie, but we are just rewinding it. That's called the process of regression. Why we are doing the age regression? Because we need to understand the pattern which is repeating in our life. What is the pattern? What pattern I am experiencing? In some relationship, there is a pattern called betrayal. That's a pattern. Or some spaces we are experiencing a pattern of rejection. We are experiencing a pattern of abandonment. We can easily say that someone is abandoning me. This is easily we can say. But when you are a real seeker, when you really want healing, we need to understand that the pattern is working. So pattern is creating another pattern. Okay, but whatever you are putting into the machine which has one pattern, keep on creating the same. Suppose it's a 2,000 rupees pattern is there. You are putting the paper, 2,000 rupees is coming. You cannot expect the 1,000 rupees from that. You cannot expect 500 rupees from that because it's a pattern which is forming. So we need to understand what is my pattern. Sometimes one of our pattern is we always experience control. We always experience struggle. We experience revenge. We experience guilt. So many patterns. And apart from whatever the pattern I shared, there are a lot of patterns. So when you travel, I want you to observe what is the pattern which is existing in your journey. Okay. So close your eyes. So now you all are masters of journey, traveling. So accept your master. Arundhati Aunty already told we need to accept our success. So we need to accept our mastership inside. That's why we are here. Don't think I am new to this or don't think I am not experienced. You already have your own experience deeper inside. Only thing is waking up. You are only trying to wake up. So keep on asking yourself, wake up, my dear, wake up. Wake up from that deep sleep. Yes. I like you to observe. I like all of you to observing your breath. Simply witnessing the natural, normal breath. The breath which is coming to you, the breath which is staying with you, the breath which is leaving from you. Now you know what are the things you can experiencing by observation. So I like you to observing your breath at the same moment observing your body, what you are experiencing in your body. Each and every breath is coming and going. Are you feeling your body is heavy? Are you feeling your body is light? Are you feeling your body is forming some tingling sensation, vibration? When there is no feeling coming to your body, you say very peacefully and lovingly, you said to your body that, my dear body, now it's time, it's okay to experience. It's not the past. In the past, I numbed you. But now, whatever the breath is coming and going, the breath is going deeper and deeper inside the skin, inside the cells, inside deeper, deeper and deeper, activating the energy. The moment the energy is activating, I started feeling sensation. It is okay to experience tingling sensation. It is okay to experiencing the vibration. It is so safe. It is so secure in this moment. So you say to your body, give confidence to your body. Sometimes our body helps us in the form of numbing. So keep on saying, wake up, my dear, with each and every breath. Feel it. Feel it. Sense. Allow to open that sensation layer. Allow to come up. Allow to wake up. In this time, I like you to observe which part of your body you feel a very pleasant, nice sensation, very soothing, very energetic, nice sensation, a part of your body calling all your attention to that specific space, which is providing some nice, beautiful sensation. Whatever that sensation, accept it, acknowledge it, and allowing that sensation to spreading like a color. You are spreading that sensation. Keep on spreading and spreading throughout your body. Allow that sensation to rising with a lot of love and compassion to oneself. You completely allowing the sensation to fill yourself, filling, 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 filling. In this moment, along with the sensation, I like you to take a deep breath. Inhale, your attention moving from toes to head. Exhale through your mouth like a breeze. Your attention is traveling from head to toes. Do it 7 times. Inhale, exhale through your mouth. Each time you are exhaling, you are letting go all that unwanted energy existing in you, all that tensions in your body, all the toxins in your body. You are relaxing deeper, deeper, deeper and deeper. With each and every breath is coming with so much of fresh, vibrant energy, cosmic energy. Your birthright is to absorbing all that energy through your breath. So feel grateful to your breath, which is taking and coming with so much freshness. It is coming from the cosmos. It has its own color. So allowing the colorful energy coming through your breath, feeling it and exhaling whatever is unfinished, whatever is tension inside your body, inside your emotional layer is letting go. And you are energized. Feel the energy in your body. Feel that, yes, I'm waking and waking. Not only I'm waking my body, I'm waking my emotional layer. All the emotions are like horses. Every emotion is important. I'm waking all the emotions, equally treating everyone. Like a mother is she treating the child, or a teacher is treating the students. We are treating all that emotions same and equal. But each emotion has its own nature. Sadness is different, anger is different, happiness is different. Everything is different, but you treat everything equal. And we feel everything is coming from a mother called love. Some energies are low, some energies are high. It's only a nature of frequency. So you wake up all that energy inside with all that emotional power. Emotion means energy in motion. With all that emotion, with all your physical energy is again and again vibrating and vibrating, becomes a pure energy. A pure energy can move, can travel back in time. So allowing yourself in this moment, I'm counting from 10 to 1, you move all the way back in time to any significant memories from your past. That past can be 1 year back, 5 year back, or 10 year back. Any memory which your mind or your soul really want to address. Without any judgment, it as a pleasant or unpleasant, accepting as a choice in this moment. 10, 9, all the way travel back in time. With the power of your energy, you can easily traveling back. 8, 7, 6, spontaneously reaching to an aerial view. 5, 4, you are in an aerial view of a specific event, very significant moment. 3, 2, and 1. Now you can witnessing that event. Observe, is it a pleasant event? Is it an unpleasant event? In this witness format, I like you to observe the color of your dress and observe, are you alone? Is there anybody around you? Is it happening inside a home, inside a college or any space? or it's in an open space where it is happening, deeply observing in this witness space, completely observe where the situation is happening. Is it a good experience or a bad experience for that self? And how old that self? So in this moment, I like you to entering inside that body which is experiencing that event. Once you enter inside the body, I like you to looking down what type of ground you are experiencing. Feel rooted in that place. Feel grounded and observe all that physical sensation, mental energy, emotional feelings. All your senses are active. You are smelling, you are tasting, gustatory, olfactory, all the touching sensation, kinesthetic, visual, everything is so active in that body, and observe and relive that experience as it's happening now. You completely reliving that moment, totally reliving, without any judgment, complete it. Whenever you feel you are skipping some moment, again you go back and starting from the beginning and relive the end. Every event has a beginning, an intermediary space, and the end. You keep on traveling through the beginning to end just by deeply understand what are the pattern you are experiencing through the event. What is that experience? First, you thoroughly understanding the experience by reliving the memory. Keep on reliving again and again, going back and complete, again going back and complete, again going back and complete. Keep on traveling forward and backward in that event and experience it. Are you in any emotional state? Are you in any negative state or a positive state? Whatever your state, accept as it is. Without changing the state, accepting the state as it is. Keep on reliving it. Keep on traveling again and again and again. When you feel any necessity to letting go that emotion, you can breathe out that emotion. When you feel that, yes, I want to retrieve some energy, you can retrieve it because you know it, how to retrieve it. That's all your freedom. Or when you can deeply look into it, what pattern I'm experiencing. When you feel it difficult to understand your pattern in that body, I like you to separate from the body. Just be in the aerial view, but reliving that moment, experiencing that moment, experiencing the moment as it happens now. What you are experiencing, what you are feeling. In this moment, I am counting from 3 to 1. My count reached 1. Spontaneously detaching from that memory and see the memory from an aerial view. 3, 2, and 1. In the aerial view, observe what is the pattern, what that experience really given you. Is it giving you something positive or is it giving you something negative? Negative always contains some pattern. So you understand the pattern. When it is positive, just enjoy it. Feel it. Experience it. When you feel it is a negative event, understand that pattern hidden, lying in that space. Just observe. When it is not coming, when it is not understanding, it's okay. In coming event, we can more deeply understand. Don't allow yourself to just disappoint you or giving up. Again, I like you to travel from this space back and back. 5. Again, going back to another event which is spontaneously coming to you without any effort, that event spontaneously appearing. 4. Any event from your college days. 3. You are so near to that college days. 2. Sometimes you reach to the same event or some different event in the college days. And 1. Once you reach to that aerial space, I like you to witnessing that event. Understand, is it a very traumatic event or is it a very calm, cool, relaxed event? Whatever that event, slowly, gradually descending your consciousness down and down, entering inside that body. Start reliving that experience. reliving as it happens now. Feel it fully. Understand the emotions in that event. Experience the emotion. When you feel any difficult to experience emotion, I like you to breathe through that space. Your breath energy help to awakening whatever numb or whatever denied in that space. So use your breath energy. Or did you feel any difficult to get the clarity? Ask the guidance from the God, masters, spirit guides, angels, whatever the higher faculty. You call their help for more clarity. Use your full freedom in this moment. Completely relive. Reliving through each and every moment. Whenever you feel you miss some moment, your awareness is missing, again and again. You miss some conversation, again go back. You have the freedom to travel back and forth in this event. Use your freedom. Don't wait for my instruction. Do it with your freedom. Do it and trust your consciousness. So in this moment, I am counting from 1 to 3. Again, I like you to detach from that event. Just leave that event there. 1, 2, 3. Separating from that body, just see the aerial view. Observe, are you understanding any pattern recurring in this event? What it is communicating to you? Is there anything is delivering from this experience? Just look. When anything coming to you, accept it. Don't allow yourself to put so much effort. Simply observe, simply witness, and trust the insight coming to you. Trust the intuition coming to you. Trusting the spontaneity. When nothing is coming, leave it, drop there, that experience, again go back and back to your school ages. 3, all the way going back in time to a school time. 2, reaching to that school experience. And 1, you are in an aerial view. Look down, observe, are you in your school uniform or are you in your home? What you are experiencing, how old you are. Are you happy or are you sad or are you angry or are you feeling jealous? What is your emotional state in that experience? This moment, I like you to descending your energy and entering in that child body, that school kid body, entering into that body, that student body. Feel it. What you are experiencing. Are you feeling the learning is easy or are you feeling the learning is tough? What is your feeling to the teacher, friends, your family members? You have siblings, you are feeling towards your siblings or cousins. Completely exploring your inner dynamics in this moment and completely relive that memory. Reliving the experience you already entered. Relive it moment by moment, understanding the pain and pleasure existing in that moment. What is the pain and what is the pleasure? Every pain there is a pleasure and every pleasure there is a pain which is attached. Understand the both sides of the coin in this moment. Totally relive, totally understand, totally experience, complete it. Complete all the missing point in that event. Be more aware in this time. Completely relive. Allow to understand your strength and weakness you are realizing from this event. What are your strength? What are your weakness? And which is activated in this event? Is it your weakness is activated or your strength is activated? Your soul energy is activated or your fearful self is activated? Are you in a state of love or fear? Are you in a higher vibration or lower vibration? Understand it. No more judgment, just observe it. Whatever is your state, accept it. And deeply observe, are you feeling proud about this experience or you are denying the experience? What you are doing? And what are the energy which is exchanging in that space? Is there any positive energy you are losing or are you gaining any positive energy? Completely be an observer. Slowly detaching from that event. Start observing that event. Understand it. And from that space, again, I'd like you to traveling back and back to an age group below 5 years. 5, 4, going all the back to a child, the age is below 5-year time, 4, 3, 2, 1. In between 5 to 1 year time, wherever you are reaching, accept it. Accepting that stage as a child. Accepting what you are experiencing from your father, what you are experiencing from your mother, what you are experiencing from your uncle, auntie, cousin. What is your experience? Relive it. Are you a happy child? Are you a fearful child? Are you a sad child? What is your experience through this event? Are you feeling you are abandoned with the love energy, or are you feeling you are in a state of so much fear, so much controlled? What is your experience through this event? Deeply understand, and in this moment, I like you to descending and allow to enter inside the body of that child, that very fragile body, very vulnerable body. I like you to entering inside this vulnerable body. 3, 2, 1. It's so safe in this moment. Reliving all that feelings, observe that sensations in the body. Are you feeling your body is filled with so much sensation? Observe, are you elevating your sensation or are you numbing your sensation through this experience? Understand what the child energy is going through in that small body. In front of that child energy, everyone is so big and you have an immense blind trust to everyone. What you are trusting? What are the words from your parents or siblings or friends or anything which is hurting you, which is connecting you? Feel like I am not good enough or I am unworthy or you feel I'm good. What is that encouraged or discouragement statement? Observing that linguistic is coming to you all the time. Is it an encouraging format or is it a discouraging format? Accepting as it is. And what you are experiencing, what is your feeling in that body, looking up, seeing your father or mother, or everyone have very high. You are so small. What is your feeling as a small? Are you feeling helpless? Or are you feeling it's okay and easy to ask help? What is your feeling? It is okay to ask help, or you feel I'm helpless. It's not okay to ask help, or feel shameful, or feel guilty. What is your feeling as a child? It's okay to experiment, or it's not okay to experiment. What is your feeling? It's okay to do according to your own feeling, or it's not okay. What is your feeling? In this moment, I like you to separate from that body. In the time, I'm counting from 3 to 1. You connect to a child who really confused between the experience and the word which is coming from the outer world. A deep confusion energy entered state. 3, what you are experiencing and the what world is reflecting is 2 in nature. Connect to that age period which is below the 5-year time period. Maybe it can be below the 1 year also, allowing that child energy now, 3, 2, entering and experiencing that space of experiencing the differentiation between your experience and the world around. And 1. Connect to that deeper state of confusion between what you're experiencing and what you are feeling from the world, or the words which is uttering, or that languages. In this moment, I like you to retrieving your experiential energy back. It's okay to experience. It's okay to trust my own experience. I like you to connect to that space now, feel it, and retrieving back that energy which you lost by this confusion. Am I need to trust my experience or am I need to go with my outer world? Which is true? That truth confusion inside. So in this moment, anybody feel that truth confusion? I like you to retrieve that energy back and trust your sensations, your feelings, your emotions, your experience. Suppose your mother is showing a sun and saying, wow, what bright sun. But you are not experiencing it. You feel something hot and you feel, wow, confused. What is bright in this hot temperature? You may feel confused. I'm just sharing an example. I like you to observe deeper what you are experiencing. A confusion between your experience and the words which is uttering from the outer world. Connect to that moment, that fine moment, that confused moment. Sometimes we lose our experience, sometimes we lost the trust in our experience, start believing others, or sometimes we are not trusting others, only believing ourselves. What is exactly happening in that space? Observe. And I'd like you to retrieve your trust back. Now you are the master of retrieval of energy. I like you to easily retrieving back by giving a color and simply through your breath or in the form of a light, you welcoming the energy of that trust to experience myself, trust to experience. It's okay to experience. It is okay to feel. It is okay to allowing the sensations to come and go. It is okay, okay as a child and as well as an adult. It is okay to experience. So you are completely separating from that moment. In this moment, I'm counting from 10 to 1. You feel a very big sucking energy you are feeling wherever you are. That sucking energy is completely sucking your whole attention. And the moment my count reach 1, you are inside your mother's womb. That womb energy is working like a void, a vacuum, sucking your whole attention and bring it inside. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are inside your mother's home. Observe, is it dark or is you are experiencing any light? Are you feeling it warmth or cool? Only observing all these things. Are you feeling comfortable inside or discomfort inside? Are you feeling enough space inside? Feel like, wow, there is a lot of space, or feel like, oh, I have no more space. So shrink experience or expanded experience. Don't judge, accept your experience now. Just accept your experience. Don't think about your parents, don't think about anybody. Just accept what you are experiencing. And I like you to go much more deeper and deeper, traveling back and back through the womb state and observe if your gender is acceptable in your by your parents, in your family, what you are experiencing, what you are understanding through your mother's energy. You are so connected to your mother. Is your mother is so happy, or if your mother is so struggling? What your mother's thought? Inside the womb, you can sense it, what the mother is experiencing. Is she really happy about you, or is she really feels any burden about you? You are not judging your mother, you are simply knowing her condition, what she is undergoing in this moment. Just observe that. Don't take anything personally. Just connecting to that mother's energy and you are understanding about your mother. And through the mother, you are understanding your father. If your father is so loving to your mother, or your father is not taking care, your mother is holding any complaint to your father, what you are experiencing, what you are understanding in that space. Never create anything, just allow it to unfold your experience, true experience. What their expectation about the child, if they want a girl child or a boy child, any gender expectation you are experiencing while you are inside the womb. or your mother is feeling abundant with food, with love, with money, with that situation she's living, what you are experiencing, or are you feeling you are in a scarcity state, you are feeling poverty, are you feeling hungry inside, are you feeling your mother is hungry, not getting enough food, or are you feeling your mother is getting so much food? Are you feeling your mother is angry to her mother or mother-in-law? Or are you feeling your mother is so loving in a very beautiful space of divine experience? Are you feeling your mother is listening to nonsense? Or are you feeling your mother is listening to so much divine things, listening to music, spending time in nature? Are you feeling your mother is working and working tired? What is your feeling spontaneously coming to you? Trust it. What you are experiencing inside the womb. Each and every experience you feel you are shrinking and you are expanding, deeply observing that nature and what you are sensing through the umbilical cord, what that energies are sensing. And even inside the womb, what are that family genetical connections are you are attaching inside the womb? Are you attaching to any family member? Anybody's fate you are attaching inside the womb? Anything spontaneously coming, accept it. Don't put any big effort. Just allow the spontaneity knowing field to answer. Allow the knowing field. You are only connecting to that knowing field inside the womb. And in this moment, I'm counting from 1 to 3. You reach to that birth moment. 1, you are moving forward and forward to that birth moment. Observe, is it your birth moment is easy, or are you feeling any struggle? Are you feeling any discomfort? Are you feeling your mother is suffering? What you are experiencing? Are you coming in a normal position? Or are you feeling your cord is around your neck? What you are experiencing? Or feeling it's so easy to travel through the canal all that way? It's so easy to slipping down and down. Your journey, feel that journey, feel that experiencing coming out from the womb through all that space and coming out through that vagina space, coming all the way. What you are experiencing through that experience to come out? Are you feeling so nice by touching through that space, touching through the creative center and coming out in this moment? What you are feeling? Is it a cesarean or is it a normal delivery for your mother you are experiencing? What you are understanding? What you are listening the moment you are coming out? Are you feeling a divine experience, or are you feeling anybody is commenting anything wrong? What you are experiencing as a fragile, so small, vulnerable child body? Connect to that body which is so helpless in that space. So everything you are listening, every external environment is so matter. Is it a bright light is coming? Any shouting noises, voice? What you are experiencing? Completely trust your experience. And in this moment, I'd like you to observe what is a core belief which is coming to you, a limited belief which is forming in that moment. Is there any limited belief which is coming about the life? Like life is a struggle, life is to control. In the life all the time there is guilt, shame. Is there anything which is spontaneously coming? Accept it. Or what is your feeling to your father at that moment? What is your experience from your mother? And in this moment, I'm counting from 3 to 1. Your first experience, you are sucking the milk from your mother. 3, I'd like you to connect to that fine moment you suck that milk. 2 and 1. Connect to that fine moment and experience that taste now. Experience that nourishment which is coming to your body. Apart from all that limitations, all these things, what you are experiencing? Are you sensing a divine connection through that milk? Are you feeling, yes, I'm so divine and drinking the nectar? Or like a honey, what you are experiencing, that much feel of that drop of milk which is touching your tongue. Feel the moment. In that space, I like you to allow that baby to be in that space and detaching and come and inviting your compassionate adult self. Come to that space. Just be witness. As a compassion self, you are witnessing what that baby is experiencing from the mother. Observe it. Allow to observe the consciousness. What that baby is experiencing, what is happening there. Just understand and detaching and travel forward in time now. When you are traveling in the aerial view, you know what are the pattern which is repeating through your birthing process or the womb experience. Something which is repeating, or in your toddler space something triggered. In the aerial space, you can simply watching each and every event spontaneously coming to you, all the way coming forward and forward, very relaxedly coming. Each and every space you are traveling, you are completing that loop, complete that circuit which is incomplete through that energetical journey. Simply you are completing all the way, come and come and come. And in this moment, I'm counting from 1 to 5. You quickly sucking to a possibility space of reliving all that experience. What is the new possibility arising for you? You reach to that possibility space is sucking your attention now. 1, your whole energy is projecting to that possibility area of the other end of the universe. 2, completely effortlessly reaching to other end of that multiverse universe. You're reaching now. 3, just by reliving so many experience, what is new available for you right now? Observe it. In this moment, I'd like you to observe your current self from that new possibility and give a suggestion. What are the changes? What are the things this current self need to do? The self which is sitting in December 1, 2020. From this possible space, you can suggest. To reach to that possibility, what is your suggestion to your old self sitting here? Some guidelines to put it in action. What are the things you need to do to put it everything into the action plane? Letting go of your past and be the new, be a new one from this moment. Allowing that guidance, putting and bringing all the energy from that possible space and coming all the way back and back to this current moment sitting here. Just retrieving, remembering, understanding all that experience. This time I'm counting from 1 to 5. You can very slowly, very gradually come back. Before coming back, I'd like you to hug yourself. Completely hugging yourself. Feel that hug. Say to yourself that you are very, very important. You are special. You are unique. Thank you for your decision to exploring. You are an explorer. You are really amazing. You are really beautiful. You are my great friend. You are my best friend. I love you so much. I can understand you and you can understand me better. From this moment, we together can explore much deeper and deeper. 2, every day you are experiencing more deeper than before. 3, you are slowly allowing yourself to awakening so many part of yourself. 4, from this moment, be more and more compassion to oneself. Be nice to yourself. Don't be so hard. Be so nice to yourself. Slowly and gradually, rubbing your palms, placing on your eyes, touching your eyes or forehead, face, feel your body. Say gratitude to whatever you experienced. Give more attention to what you experienced rather than what you don't experience or what is not coming to your experiential space. Give more and more attention to it, because the abundant principle is whatever you are attending, the energy starts flowing. When you attend poverty, energy flowing through poverty. When you attend abundance, energy flowing through abundance. So 5, I'd like you to open your eyes. Thank you, friends, for your wonderful participation. Anybody want to share their experience? They can share now.
So my understanding is when my mother gave birth to me, she had to undergo breech delivery. So, and she had to, it was, I think 48 hours, more than that, she had to undergo pain. I now realized that why I face so many struggles in life, probably because of that birth trauma that I still carry. I am undergoing some troubles in my life. So that's one understanding that I got.
Yes. So whenever anybody in this webinar feel that you, like Nalini said about your baby's trauma, so what you can do is you can hold a pillow before sleeping. You can hold that pillow and feel that that is your baby. You can say to your baby that whatever you undergo is over. It's a past. Okay, you can just say, because now energetically you are traveling so much thing, but something which we hold in a physical dimension always helps to integrate it faster. Okay, my suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sir, whenever I'm traveling to the past, I'm yawning a lot and always tears are coming. Maybe those tears are because of the yawning, but I yawn a lot.
Can I tell it truthfully?
Yes, sir.
Because yawning is a sign that a part of our mind doesn't want to look into that experience.
Okay.
Protection measure, or we call it as a resistance mode.
Okay.
So what we need to tell to ourselves that it is so safe, because some unprotected space we shutting that experience. So that's why this yawning is coming. So it's only a sign of inner resistance. So you simply say that now it's okay. Now I am ready. So your subconscious mind is helping you.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So okay, friends, please share your experience in your group. So each and every experience you are sharing actually helping me to understand where you are now and what changes I need to do, because it's not a fixed structured program. There is a structure is there, but mostly I am focusing on the spontaneous and channeling way. I'm not rigid to any particular structure. So through your progress, each and every day is changing. So every morning when I am meditating, something new is flowing for you. That's why I am recommending you to please share your experience, whatever, whether you are not experiencing still, because today actually the ma'am shared about her difficulties that helped me to and do today in this way actually. So even you need to share whatever your difficulties also. Okay. Your questions, everything, because through that we can innovatively and creatively moving much faster. Okay. Yes.
So
Nish.
just a question.
Yeah.
I have a question here. So when you tell us to go back to the stages, like different stages, like childhood and then into the womb and all of that, I don't know if it's my feeling or if it's actually happening. Why does it feel that whatever we are consciously aware of what's happened in our life is influencing that thought process, because we don't remember everything that's happened beyond a certain age? Like if I don't remember a lot of things before my age 4. So when you say go back to a toddler space or something, I can only go by what I've heard from others. So it's actually, I don't even know if it's true or not, but I'm influencing that story of my life to travel back into what has happened.
Yeah. So what we normally do is whatever we listen, we acknowledge whatever we already listened. We are not taking it as a truth, but we acknowledge it. Okay. So that's a guideline to enter into that space. Once we entering into that space, normally when we are not remembering that experience, so it's so difficult to get the visual of that memory. So the impressions or some knowing you are experiencing. Okay, suppose for example, I am telling that your mother is telling you that in your childhood you are a stubborn child. I'm just saying an example, okay? But once you are going to that time space, you reach to that 3-year-old, because your mother always says in the 3-year-old time you are all the time crying and you are a stubborn girl. The time you enter into that space, the moment you feel that I am not stubborn, I only cried because I felt so much cold, because my body can't accept the AC. That's what is coming to you. You need to accept it. You need to trust your experience. That time you can leave, because your mother also don't know, because you are not clearly sharing your experience. So that's why they feel that, okay, you are crying because you are in that. They are labeling it. It's the way it is happening. But more and more we started observing our experience, only understand what is our difficulty. I will share you my experience so that it's very interesting for you to understand, okay? In my childhood, I think it's in my 2 or 3 years old, when I go to my father's home. In father's home, there are 2 homes. One home is my auntie's home, and my grandfather's home is just far away. In my grandfather's home, there is a big reclining chair, very soothing reclining chair, okay? But interestingly, my auntie's home, they always make tea in cups. Okay, in my grandfather's home, they make tea in tea glass. So I always prefer that tea in cup because I like it as a child. So what happened is I tell my mother that take the tea from that space, come to this my grandfather's home. There I am sitting in my chair, easy chair. I want to drink the tea there. So what happened? Everyone labeled me that I am very stubborn child. I am giving so much difficulty to my mother. And I always believe that, oh, I am also giving so much difficulty. The day I encounter that experience, I understand because in my auntie's home, they are not allowing me to put my legs on their sofa. Okay. Because I always have some pain under my feet. So I always want something warm. So I will always put my leg on the sofa. So they don't like it. So that's the reason I want to sit in my grandfather's home. But at the same time, I like my auntie's feet. So there I realized so many things through my experience. First time I believe that my mother is right, my family members are right. Then the moment I enter, I leave it. I want to know what is my experience. That is the day I realized about my determination quality. Because whatever the stubborn others are recommending, sometimes it has some determination. Determination to achieve or experience what I want. Because I want to experience some nice things, to experience even that tea. Maybe it feel like a silly, but drinking a tea in a very calm space itself is an achievement for ourselves. Like a baby, it's an achievement. So I know how to achieve my life. That's something opened through that experience. Okay. I just feel to share.
Okay. Thank you.
So now we can wind up. So see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we can have exploration to our past life. So what I want you to do a homework is find any fear or any phobia you are feeling in this life. Just find any fear. Fear means, it's like I just share you some examples. Fear of unknown, fear of darkness, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of change, fear of being under control, fear of a victim, fear of authorities. So many, I'm just sharing some examples. You deeply observe what is your fear which is limiting you in this life. Or fear of being alone, fear of loneliness, anything can be. Okay? So find your fear.
What about the other fear, sir? I am phobic about cats. I am very fearful about cats. Is
Okay.
it that, or should I be analyzing about these other fears like darkness, loneliness, etc.?
Yeah. Because actually phobias can also be worked, but we are focusing much more on the fear aspect first.
Right.
Sometimes even you can ask, because whatever there is a phobia, behind the phobia there is a fear. So you can ask, why this phobia of cats? What is my real fear? For example, I will tell you an example. Actually, there is a phobia called water phobia. Okay. For example, water phobia. What is the fear behind it is suffocation. Fear to suffocate, fear of breathless,
Right.
fear of dying, fear of death, fear of sinking. Okay, that's a fear. So what we call it a phobia is only a superficial thing. Fear is the deeper thing. So find your fear.
Okay.
Even the cat, you can ask, what is the fear inside? Why you fear the cat? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, friends. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir.